I was originally studying economics, finance and computer science here at the University of Auckland. I eventually decided to focus on the economics part, and I finished my Masters in economics at the end of last year. What the story of our venture Nexx has been a story of waiting, basically. As we've waited for a regulatory process to complete itself, which would allow us to do what we want to do. And in the interim, that's given us the opportunity to do some quite exciting things, working with other people to bring to market and to develop some really cool, innovative financial products and services. My Spark experience started as a bet in a bar. Back in 2007, I had a good friend who was on the Spark organising committee, and she basically challenged me while we were both had a few beers, and she said, if you think you've got some good ideas, why don't you sort of put them to the test? Ben and I, at another bar session, were subsequently sort of throwing around some ideas, and it occurred to us that sort of banking specifically, but financial services generally, were an area that were quite ripe for some disruption. It seemed to us that the internet offered really good ways to introduce efficiencies into a system that really hadn't seen any kind of fundamental development for quite some time. So that's where the genesis of the idea was. The Spark process was, completely integral to everything that happened subsequent to that. Simply the inspiration to pursue the idea, I think, wouldn't have otherwise happened, right? Simply turning my mind to the idea that this is something we could do on our own rather than pursuing what I think would have otherwise been quite a dull sort of corporate career. The really active practical support and guidance that was given to us throughout that process was really invaluable as we tried to develop the idea as well. And subsequent to winning Spark, the opportunities that gave us as far as simply the credibility, when we moved on from there to the Ice House, when we were talking to potential investors, when we were pitching potential vendors and partners, it was a really useful thing to be able to point to as a kind of signal as to what we were doing was a valid idea and concept, because it is quite a challenging concept to people when they first hear it. So Spark really deserves a lot of credit, I think, for helping us along the way.